Hello, Nigerians. Welcome. All is not well. When I look at everything happening in Nigeria, it's not just to say, it's not just to talk, it's not just to pick on the government and say that we don't have a country. There is no place what is happening in Nigeria will happen and good or sane or right-thinking human beings will keep quiet. At least, if you have not been to other places, other countries, one should at least have common sense. For some of us who have traveled, who have seen how governance should be, who have basic knowledge of what steering the affairs of a people should be, governance, what is happening in Nigeria calls for shedding tears. It calls for shedding tears. No right-thinking person should keep quiet and watch it happen. Each time I keep quiet, each time I feel like I should just stay. I see a lot of things happening and I feel my countrymen need to know that this is not okay at all. With the way things are going, I don't know. They have managed to keep Nigeria together as a country. They have managed to subdue the people that they are just helpless and do not know where to go. They have managed to be pushing us all along as a country, as a people. But this is not acceptable. This is not what should be. What is happening in every facet of our country is not nationhood, is not a country, it's not what should be sustained. I wonder how the people who are steering our affairs are feeling. I wonder how they wake up and feel like they are doing the right things. I wonder how we will say we have leadership and you wonder what their focus is, what their mission is, what they feel they can offer to the people. In senior climes where people give themselves to the job and discover that they can no longer do it. That they had high expectations about themselves and they are failing themselves and are no longer able to fulfill what they thought they could do. What right-thinking people do is resign. What they do is resign. But politicians in Nigeria never resign. Leaders in Nigeria don't resign. They run the country like a business. The point I'm making this evening is that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, cannot run the country. He's not taking Nigeria anywhere except the ditches, except destruction of lives and property. That guy was overrated. That guy was using a mafia style to hold Lagos down. That guy was milking Nigerians in Lagos. That guy was taking advantage of well-meaning Nigerians who are running Lagos State to give himself a name of somebody who is ready for governance. But this is a person who is taking advantage of every facet, every resource of the state to enrich himself, to get affluence, power crazy. Somebody, those kind of people who all they want is power. All they want is power and nothing more. Nothing more. They just want to stay in the corridors of power. They want to answer leaders. They're just power crazy. Otherwise, people should be resigning. Why am I crying? Why am I talking this evening? Look at the series of issues that have happened. I should have been speaking about them, but we are praying for this country. Truly, we are praying for this country. But we have seen that Nigeria has been hijacked. There is this state capture that is taking us all to the ditches. No facet of the states of the country is independent. He's running on his own. Let me take you through some of those things that have been happening recently that you can never see in any same country go the way they are going. This is not okay. Nigerians cannot keep quiet. We cannot allow these things to continue. This is somebody they say is ready to run government, so overrated. Somebody that's put everybody in his pocket, either by hook or crook, only God knows, with which means he's subjecting everybody. Let me take you through the very recent things that you will know that no, we cannot continue like this. How can almost 300 of our girls, our children, boys and girls, be taken captives in their own country? How is it possible that this number of children will be led through the way, the bushes, and camped somewhere and nobody knows where they are and cannot free them? How is it that a mother, a father will send his child to school and be afraid that they will not come back? How is it that a parent will be told that his child has been adopted by callous members of the society, people who never have value for life, have no value for their dignity, has no value for anything? How are those children coping in their hands? Some of those girls will be in their periods. Yes, it happens every day. It's a cycle that if this one is not there, another one is there. They are subjected to these kind of things. The ones that happened 10 years ago, the Chibok girls, we saw what became of them. Against their wishes, many of them became mothers. So terrorists, many of them couldn't finish their education. Many of them lost their lives. Many of them have been scared. Families have been destroyed. Whoever is doing this, I feel is doing it for whatever purpose, either for God or for whatever personal gain. In this life, you will get your reward. In the life after, you will get your reward. And wherever you find yourself, you will not know peace. You will not know peace. These people, these children, these young men and women, were taking through these horrors, going through the harassments of these animals. And our government is quiet. Our government is quiet. They tell us that the terrorists are overpowering them, overpowering the military. How are they able to get the arsenal to overpower governments and the military if there is no shady play? Tinubu entered this power with agreements with the North. Those agreements are affecting us. Those your personal agreements that took you into power, they are affecting us. Go and renegotiate whatever it is you did, so that Nigerians will have a country and they will have a life. How do you tell us that these children, these people, will be led? It's not easy to manage crowd. It's not easy to manage even 50 persons. Then you exceed 100, 200, 280, 280 something, just a few numbers away from 300. That crowd, you move them through motorbikes. How many enter bikes? And what's the fleets of those bikes that they went undictated, that they went, oh my God. And they are even somewhere now, eating and drinking, and you tell us you have no access to them, you have no clue as to where they are, you have no knowledge of how to rescue them. Where is the National Security Advisor, Badu? What are you and your men doing? This cannot continue. This cannot continue. For those people who are feeling, or whatever they are doing, this cannot continue. It could be anybody. If they are your own children, what will you feel? The nightmares, the emotional torture their parents are going through now. They cannot do anything. Ask me how a parent will drink water and drop the cup with his child or her child in the bushes with animals. Tell me how they're able to move about their next businesses. Tell me how these people in government are able to sleep and wake up and tell us they are our leaders. Why do people commit to leadership? It's for their protection. It's for smooth running of their life. In cases where these things are not happening the way they should happen, should we still commit to such leadership? Hell no. This is not acceptable at all. Go and bring back those children. Negotiation or no negotiation, ransom or no ransom, free those children. Whatever you people are doing, free those children. We don't want to buy, we don't want to listen to all the rubbish you guys are telling us about these things. We are not fools. We are not fools. People plan these things. They execute them. They have a mission. Where do we get our intelligence? What do you know? If you are helpless, call for help. Those international members of the community, those international leadership that close eyes to things like this and feel that it's happening only in Nigeria, and feel that it's a means for them to get whatever. Get human. If humanity in you is dead, leave governance for those who have humanity in them. We moved from that one from the adoption of our girls. We moved from that one to budget padding. Ningi, the senator, raised an alarm. And people who are supposed to be showing the way gave an ethnic coloration to it. Yes, Ningi brought those issues, but because also he's a bigot, he hinged them on his bigotry. But it doesn't remove the fact that there might be elements of truth in what he's saying. It doesn't remove the fact that he has raised an alarm on something that should not be jettisoned. Now, issue of budget padding, we begin to look at some of those things you guys said he's lying about, the allocations of those monies, and see the amounts of wastage, the amount of stupidity, the amount of insensitivity in the hearts of these people we call leaders. These are borrowed monies. Nigeria recently was borrowing money to fund their budgets. Oh God. Borrowing money to fund budgets, not even money to invest in their economy. Borrowing money to run government. But you see that a greater percentage of this borrowed money is used to run themselves. AKPABIO is being allocated how many billions? He's doing borrow. They are buying freezers. With which lights? There are no lights, and you guys are buying freezers as empowerment. What are they going to sell with those freezers without lights? They are doing on a borrowed money that we have to pay back. They've already shared it like a spoil. Vultures on the carcass of Nigeria, sharing their loots and their spoils, and telling us, and speaking grammar, we should pretend. There is no common sense. I will look at the issues raised in that budget, the monies allocated, that will not shrug. This is not acceptable. These monies, we will be indebted. These monies, we have to pay back. We don't even have a blueprint for paying back. Already, we have outstanding debts. Meanwhile, where people are honest and want things to work, what this thing should be working towards is to have a database where everybody will have their records and don't have to interface with any human element or interface with any government official, where things will flow. Why things work in other places is that no government official are costing for anything. No money is handed to individual hands. So it's a matter of trust now that we should look at the nonsense they are spilling in that Senate. And Nigerians should look out in the next 1 year or 2 years if their senators don't do any project, dig boreholes or do any constitutive project. How can in this time and age a senator talk like that? Now watch the American Senate and see how they debate issues, how they go for matters that affect the lives of their people, and how they nip it in the bud and make researches and make their investigations and findings, and not this kind of nonsense that we people who think that we don't know anything and are rubbing nonsense on our faces every day in the name of Senate. What they should be talking about is how to make sure that nobody is giving money for Nigerians to trust that they will do anything or not do anything. If they are doing it, it will be showing. It's happening in many other countries, not budget. When it's time to pay you, they pay you. Your money comes in. When it's time for you to pay tax, you pay tax. When it's time for anything to happen, it happens because they have built systems. They have built institutions. They're even afraid of touching any finances. And when they are mentioned in any scandal, you see them resign. You see them pull their head because they know what it means to be a leader and for people to entrust their destiny and their hands and their life in your hands. Look at Tinubu defending this kind of Senate. What do you expect? A man that does not understand what governance is about. Eh? A man who said that they will spy on him. The most ridiculous thing I've had a presidential aspirant say, that other aspirants are here and they're going to spy at him, on him, that he's the first speaker. Those expo that he thought they were going to collect from him, he's trying now to begin to put them down on paper, and he's no longer doing it. He's even the one copying people, yet he's not able to copy. When you see somebody who is not original, and those is a John D, people to copy is Wahala, they will copy the name of the person they are copying. That's exactly what this man is doing. Enough of this nonsense, enough of this rubbish we see in the name of Senate. Let them work for as if that one no reach. We go enter the massacre going on in Delta State. They killed members of the military. Those are criminal elements. It's unacceptable that the military, members of the armed forces, were decimated. But we're not being true to ourselves. What exactly happened? How did that fight ensure that civilian members of the populace would go after military personnel in that number to kill them? Until we start fixing our issues, we will not be treating just the symptoms why they keep reoccurring. This is not the first time we are finding ourselves in this kind of mess. And to think of it, our government gave a go-ahead to the military in a manner that empowered them to continue destroying lives. I commiserate with members of the military and their families that have gone through or become victims of whatever it is that is happening. I feel the stories they are telling us are not adding up. There is yet things to be exposed. But however, those lives are important, as well as the civilian lives that are being lost. There is no criminal that will hit and stay back. When criminals hit, they disappear. And then the military come into the territory as a reprisal and is doing the kind of harm they are doing in Okwama. If we have a military that is not disciplined enough to handle cases, no matter the provocation, who are spontaneous and rash in their handling of matters, then there is cause for alarm. These people operate like they're a government of their own, like there are no checks and balances, like they're independent of any authority. Imagine a situation where the police has not been able to come in, who are primarily vested with the powers for immediate security. They can't even say anything concerning the situation. The governors are patching it. The president is calm. He is hiding under the guise of nobody will toy with our military. Look at the people we have in government. People who cannot be put on the spot, who cannot reason, who have no cohesion. People who cannot make right decisions even in the face of provocation. The way Tinubu is handling governance in Nigeria, only God knows what will happen. He is inexperienced. He should resign. That man has nothing to offer. He has shown you all he can do. I don't know why we're still waiting for magic to happen. Is there any other thing he can do? Is there any other result he can show you other than the ones you have seen? What magic else does he want to do? Which other magic is he going to do or perform? They better call themselves to order. Even journalists cannot even enter those terrain with the level of carnage happening. How can you do collective jungle justice? The people can, the neighboring communities are in turmoil. In Bayelsa, Delta State, their suburbs, there is tension. What kind of government do we have? What kind of government do we have? We see the appointment of judges is compensation time. Ariwala is leaving. That's a testament to the fact that nothing is permanent. As he is retiring, what memories will he have? Thank God he says that decisions that they make is almost like that of God. It's only God that can upturn it. They will live the greater part of their life reminiscing on how they ran down Nigeria, the judgments they gave. Now, it's blessing time, compensation time. All the people that helped them destroy the reputation of our judiciary have been compensated with positions. We will still see what they are up to. That one is not enough. We move to the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. If you have no case against Nnamdi Kanu, release him. If you have a case against him, take him to court. Stop killing the young man gradually. Stop killing the young man gradually. You are heightening the tension in the southeast. Whatever agreements you had with northern power brokers on the back of the east, on Nnamdi Kanu, review it. Because at last, everything we're looking for is for the good of the people and for governance to happen. Now is labor. You will see that gradually Tinubu is hijacking every aspect of our government. There is no independence. The judiciary is not independent. The legislature is not independent. The executives are not independent. He's running up everybody and bringing them to what he did to Lagos. Kinilele, Lagos, Kinilele, Kinilele. Not the handkerchief, Lagos Lele, or Eko Lele, inside his pockets. That is what he is doing to Nigeria. Everybody is bowing down to this man who doesn't know his left from his right when it comes to government. It's not enough to speak grammar. It's not enough. Even in Lagos, he was getting people to do the work for him and he was taking the glory. Now, Nigeria is not Lagos. It's bigger. It's 35 times, 36 times bigger than Lagos states. The model you used in your Lagos state might not work. If these people are not bloodthirsty, if they are not agents of darkness sucking the bloods of Nigerians, why would they not step aside and let the right things happen? Because last, what we are looking at is protection of lives and property. It's only a blood-sucking demon that do not care about the lives that are going down the drain in Nigeria. How can we have a country that we have no faith in? How can we have a country that our people are not proud to be part of, that cannot protect our people? They are not just fending for themselves. Everybody is his own government. Government is not using force on the people. Government is not always having your way. Government is not this drafty people are playing with our lives. Government is for better life, better quality of life, better living standards of living, and a better way of handling things. You guys need to reconsider your approaches. Consider and reconsider your approaches. We have waited enough. We have given you people time, but we have seen that there is no end in sight. With the decisions we see you guys make, we see the president, the senate, and other forms of arms of government make. We cannot continue like this. 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 Oh. If you guys are experienced, sit down. It is said that you cannot be doing the same thing and expect the same result. Sit down and look at it. Sit down and look at it. There is need to retrace our steps. A lot is happening wrongly. If the Senate is sincere about the budget, about governance in Nigeria, I think what they should be doing is working towards a database. Not the type that they've been doing in NIN today, tomorrow BVN, next tomorrow, what nonsense. You will do NIN today, tomorrow they will tell you to get. Not that type. Getting a database for Nigeria. How is it that other countries are able to succeed? Because they have every Nigerian captured. Not the way you people do it in Nigeria. You capture Nigerians just to hunt them. You should be planning to have proper data so that we will not be interfacing with people. How do you expect that you give somebody money in their hand to go and execute projects that are of national importance and expect that they will happen the way you want it? In Senate class, nobody interfaces with any official of government. When it's time to do things, they will happen because there are systems for it. These are things you people should be pushing. I'm not coming to the Senate there to do arguments of who collected how many billion and who we did not reach. If you guys are helpless and don't know what to do, call on Nigerian youths. We can help you. They can help you develop a formidable database that will help you run government properly. When people have ulterior motive, they won't want technology to function. They will not want better ways of doing things. They will want everything that is shrouded in secrecy and in abnormalities so that they can always get by. Let me inform you that you guys are old. It's been a long time. We started hearing about you. You are gradually cycling out. Leave a legacy. Enough of this toying with Nigerians. We are tired.